Hey y'all, so y'all already see what the title said, my testimony, my truth. So I just want to come on here and share my testimony about how the Lord saved me and changed my life around. So yeah, so I just want to get into it. So back in, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Back in 2000 I'm gonna start from the very beginning. Back in 2010, I could say 2010. I was living in Blandford. For y'all that's not from Virginia, I was living in Petersburg, Virginia. Blandford. That was the name. That was the name of the area. And I had one child then. And this lady that lived next door to me, her name was Miss Bridget, and she invited me to her church. I said, okay, and then she asked, can my son, I only had one child, and she asked, can my son go with her to church? So I allowed my son to go with her to church. And then I started going, and I was pregnant with my second child. I was going all the way till I had my second child to church. And then after I had my second child, I had stopped going to church. And then one day I got a phone call and said I was approved for my apartment in Pecan Acres. So in 2011, I moved to Pecan Acres in Petersburg. So, make a long story short, fast forward back to 2018. No, I'm gonna say, 2014. Like at the end of 2014, I was in a real dark place in my life. 2015, I started back going to church. But 2015, I was still going to church off and on. At the church, the lady, Miss Bridget, invited me to. So in 2015, I was in a real dark space in my life. I was going through a lot, relationship-wise and everything. It's crazy how the Lord will allow things that happen to your life. It's just crazy how you can go through things. And it just crazy how things can happen in your life. And you be like, it took this for the Lord to really open my eyes up. It took this to happen to me for the Lord to open my eyes up. So I was hanging with this girl that lived next door to me. And I used to tell her, I'm going to church when I get me a car or whatever. But when I got that car, I never went. I was lying to myself. So it took me to be in that dark place for the Lord to touch my heart. It took me to go through a relationship issue for the Lord to open my heart up and open my eyes up, for to change me around. Because I was just out there partying, drinking, and smoking, and living for the weekend, and thought that that's how life supposed to be. When you raise up in a family and that's all you see is partying, drinking, and having a good time, that's what you think that's how you supposed to be living your life, but it's not. It's really not that. But anyway, the year 2015, one Sunday I went to church. And my pastor David Tolbert, he was in the hospital that particular Sunday. And it was in the summertime. It was in June. It was in June of 2015. And he had another pastor to come preach at our church. His name is Pastor Matisse. And they had an altar call. And that particular Sunday, I went to the altar. Found it, not ashamed to go or none of that. I went up there to the altar. And he prayed over all us. Then he stopped at me and he looked me in my eyes and he told me, whoever there is that hurted you, that did anything to you, you need to let it go and forgive them. And the Lord told me to tell you to stop running away from him. I broke down in tears. I really did. I broke down in tears. I will never forget that day. I will never forget that day. So y'all, if you want to hear any more of my testimony, catch me on part 2. Okay?